Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Stine and today I'm here with you for another yarn talk video. And as always, we can't really talk yarn without me having my faithful mug of tea. And today this tea is my loose Darjeeling tea blend. It's a Darjeeling tea blend that I'm buying in a German supermarket. So once every so often I go to Germany. And if I need new tea, I will replenish that. So it's just this classic sort of sweet Darjeeling. Yeah. There's something comfy in this taste of this tea. I can't explain what it is, but it just makes me feel at peace somehow. I've been away, as you know, on vacation. Therefore, there were no yarn talk last week. Instead, there was a review of some Temu items from a Temu haul I made, which I had the time to test out. And yeah, so at least you had something from me last week. But that means that we have 2 weeks to catch up on, basically. That said, as I were on vacation for 8-9 days, I left on a Saturday and I came home on a Sunday. I have to say I didn't crochet a lot when I was away, but I did crochet some. I did spend some time crocheting on the ferry, and I did spend some time crocheting in the car, but in the car it wasn't all the time because point one, either you're not in the mood, it could have been too dark, but also I had to drive some of the way, and driving and crocheting together at the same time just doesn't work out for logical reasons. When I was there, we had a few afternoons, well, not a full afternoon, but maybe an earlier afternoon when we weren't back to the place we were sleeping. And sometimes I managed to crochet a bit here and there. That said, yeah, we should kind of get through some of these things that I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. And that includes a finished item. The title kind of pokes towards it in the video. Because I finished the Amigurumi Ghost that I wanted to start on, and I mentioned for you guys 2 weeks ago. This is by Loopy Lamp, I think, if I remember right. I do have the link to the pattern, and it's a free pattern, description box down below for those that's interesting in that. And I think it turned out stinking cute. Since I did not have access to Bernat Blanket, which is a thicker yarn, I've used the chenille yarns I had because I did have yarns in the exact colors that they wanted. So here we have it. My ghost is finished with the hats. Ta-ta! What you may have noticed in that review video was that is where I inserted the safety eyes. So I did have a part of this done before I left on vacation, and when I got home I basically finished it up here this week. And this is what it is, and it was a reasonably quick make. It could probably definitely be possible also to use for a market for the Halloween stuff if you are a person that goes to market and so on. It's an easy to follow pattern. I'm pretty happy I did it. But that said, here at the bottom with the fringes, the first time you work the fringes in the front loop, and then afterwards you close it down by working in the back loop of those. And it worked out pretty okay, but it was a bit challenging to see the stitches. So do pay attention. The hat right now is loose. So you could also have like a loose ghost like this. And I love this cute small arms, and they are all no-sew. The only parts I've sewn was weaving in ends. Weaving in yarn tails here at the bottom, and some tails here inside the hat. That's it. You could have sewn the hat on, of course, then that's less of a no-sew. But I think it's pretty all right like this. I think it's cool. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And yeah, I think it's definitely a marketable item that could be used for markets. I'm not a big marketeer. Maybe I will be in the future, you never know. But if you are into these fall markets and you want to use these, I would recommend you to get started crocheting them sooner rather than later, because time flies, really it does. I was sitting earlier this week, I think as late as yesterday, being like, hey, it's already halfway through August. So yeah, that's my point. It's darn cute. The only thing I might personally wanted to change would be to add a single extra row here below the arms to make a little bit more space between the arms and the bottom of the ghost. That is my own personal maybe idea or something about that. But yeah, it was further than that a reasonably quick make. And if I had put my full attention to doing it, it would probably have gone even quicker. But I'm pretty happy with the turnout. I think that's, to date, definitely one of my better embroideries. Color changing for the hats and so on, I could maybe have done better. But I'm still pretty keen on how it all worked up. Yeah. Finished item. Awesome. It's been a bit since I've been able to say that last. And looking at what I have going on, it still will be maybe a bit before I can say it again. But, you know, that is where these small fun projects come in. What I did were the safety eyes. I used this safety eye gizmo, at least for one of the eyes, to evaluate if that's a good tool or not. And if you want to know that, I'd just recommend you to watch the video where I did my review on this tool, including a wooden yarn winder. And I will link to that Temu review video at the end of this video. There will be like up there or down there a nice little video linking, should you be interested in watching those reviews. So that was one. So regardless to the process of other items, I managed to do one more round on my Fleur Mosiac blanket. Fleur is a blanket that could definitely have had more attention from me on average. But I also know once in about 6-7 weeks time, I will have more time to work on it. Simply just because I get more spare time, as I am gonna be needing a new job. People have known about this, especially if you watch my morning tea lives or rewatch the streams. But my project, the project I work on, is being moved from the Netherlands to Romania because cheaper employees, I guess. And therefore, I'll basically be out of a job. And my contract officially ends like end October, but I have a lot of vacation I need to hold before then. So somewhere end September, I will be off. That also gives me more freedom to crochet unless I find a new job instantly straight away. And it does give me some time to maybe visit some stores and bring you guys with me to a few Dutch yarn stores, because I know some of you guys really love those videos. Yeah, so actually I'm kind of looking forward to just wind down a bit and maybe spend some time crocheting. Maybe see what can be made of it. But in any case, I'm looking forward to be a bit on my own again. I have some rights and unemployment payments for like 3 months or so. So don't worry about me. I'll be safe and sound for a while, and I should be able to handle it for a bit until I find out what I'm gonna do. But the good thing is I don't necessarily need to take the first job available out there, which is really nice. But Fleur, I managed to do one more round on Fleur, and the last round I had to could add was in the Bordeaux color. And we are now at row 39 out of 129, so there's still a bit to go. But we're getting to a place where I really need to start moving a bit further back when I'm showing you what's happening. Row 39 also means that I have another 8 rows to go to change color, or maybe less. Well, I will have to check, but it's row 47. So I'm making row, so 7 rows to go. Hey, nice. 7 rows, and we will have a new color here. It will be a darker red or a brighter red. So far we are using these two. We're having, as you see, both of them attached to the project as I am carrying the yarns. Let's show you the back side of this so you can see the backside effect of the Mosaic crochet, which is still not bad. But you can see that I'm tracking up the yarns here. And basically by doing so, you get around not needing to weave in ends, which is really nice. I tried putting these on stands for yarn holders, and somehow we didn't work out yet. And it seems to be that they're just a bit too loosely wound, these skeins. They are the Stylecraft Special DK. The alternative would be for me to first cake them up and then put them on a yarn holder, which I might consider. Again, as I said, I'm getting more time to. So it's definitely something I am considering. But looking forward to add more rounds to this, and how far I'll get. Yeah, we'll have to see. It's the eternity project. We are going to talk about this for the next year, depending on. Of course, I could suddenly have this massive sprout and then just finish it. But the conclusion is just blankets of this size takes time. And when it comes to mosaic blankets and having two yarns going at the same time and following a pattern, I just prefer sitting at the table, paying full attention to it. It's not a project I can go work on when doing other things. It's simple as that, basically. So yeah, not doing that. But we still made another round, which I'm happy about. And it's been like an average, a bit more than around a week. In the beginning, that went a lot quicker. Now the rounds take more time to do. And I just need to find the time to sit down and do it. And I have so many other things I need to do, plus still for the next 6 weeks, a full-time job. Then the next project that I work on, because we're talking about all these projects in a chronological order. And that means in the sense of from the time I started the projects, with the tiny exception of finished objects always go before this room. The next project I'm working on is the Firefly Sweater. And the Firefly Sweater is, I actually forgot to mention, Fleur is designed by Anke Wintermans. She's a Dutch designer. She makes lots of awesome mosaic crochet pattern, both in the round and row wise. Are you interested in her? Find her on Ravelry. I also link to the pattern and where you can buy the pattern for Fleur on Ravelry as well, here in the description box down below, should you be interested. But yes, Firefly Sweater is a sweater that is a hobby-free pattern. It should be a bit of a bulky size sweater. For me, it will first turn like that once I've blocked this, and I'll do that before showing it together. It might also be that I end up not being happy with the final result. We will have to see what's gonna happen. Basically, this is the first part of the piece. And I finished that a bit ago. I didn't progress a lot on this, but that is due to this project only is being worked on when I do my morning tea lives. And that's basically because it's a nice simple project, because it's just double crochets back and forth. I am now, if I remember right, at a place where I only need to do another 2 rows, which means one more morning tea, but give me one moment. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. No. If that is the case, then I need 2 more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I need 15 rows. So we have 2 more morning tea live events left. And then the back piece here is done and complete. And as you can see, the back piece, that's the top of them, but they have slightly indentation for the neck. And again, I will need these blocked. I'm working 2 strands together on this, and that is these, and that is the Lamb Yarn's Soft Sensation. awesome yarn. Lamb Yarns is a Dutch yarn brand. I know that the yarn suggested by Hobby is their Diabolo yarn. But this Diabolo yarn for me, I think it's expensive. And I saw this yarn and I thought it was gorgeous and could probably be used for it. So, and on top, what I like about this yarn is, at least for those that has animal allergies, it's 100% synthetical fibers. They are a combination of 76% acrylic and 24% polyamide, or it could be 74, 26, but something like that, about 3/4 and a quarter of each. Awesome yarn. They are fluffy just as mohair yarns and the mohair silks, but there are no animal fibers, so they are friendly to people with allergies. I like that. I really like that. So that is basically the progress I made. So I have another 2 weeks of morning live, so that's like until end of August basically. And then I will have to look into making that. I also made the change on this pattern to, instead of following the pattern 100%, I made it longer because I'm not into cropped sweaters. I'd rather like a longer sweater. So yeah, that is pretty much the ongoing project of this right now. And we will have to see where we end. But so far, I'm pretty happy with the outcome actually. It's a nice fluffy feeling. Yeah, we'll have to see how much yarn I have, because I still have some laying around. Maybe it takes less than I anticipated, but yeah, looking forward to work on that and finish that. But again, as I said, we are just doing them in the morning lives, and yeah, we will see how far we get. And of course, it could be that that changes up again in 6 weeks' time, but that is decisions I will have to make by then. It's not decisions that I need to think over right now. It's not like something in a rush, right? So yeah, let's see what else we have. We have 3 more projects to discuss. And if you haven't done it yet, and I do like talking about yarn, don't forget to hit the thumbs up down there. That really supports me. And subscribe, of course, to my channel, because again, then you do get notified, especially if you hit the notification bells down below, when I do post new videos, whether these being tutorials, yarn talks, everything about yarn hauls, reviews, much more. But yeah, let's go into the last 3 items that I still have progressed on this week, or this past 2 weeks. The next project is the Airkor Shawl, and that is my couch project, so to say. And that is where I have the second part that I was testing, which is a yarn holder, which works absolutely gorgeous with cakes, especially if you're working from the outside of the cake. This is basically what I have left of this cake, and you can see we are really getting into the yellow and the greens. It's gorgeous. I think it's really gorgeous colors here. So keep that lovely green in your mind, and then I'm going to show you how far I got, because this is a project I brought with me to Denmark and on vacation. So we progressed like something like this, maybe more. This was the project I mainly worked on in the car. Again, because it's easy, it's a simple 6-row repeat. And here we have it basically. And you can see here how the trees, the Christmas trees, show up. Right, actually I'm a bit better because I'm on a darker background. And that's the idea, because the trees go more green on top. So that's why I'm working it from the outside of the cake on this pattern. It needs to get blocked once we are done. And it's just gonna be one long piece. We have dark brown, and you can see how the color changes and goes more and more green. So that's basically just this Airkor shawl. I made it also with the Hobby Universe Christmas edition last winter as a Christmas shawl. Turned out absolutely gorgeous. And when I was done with that, and I knew I had this cake laying around, I was like, maybe I need to try to do it like this one day, which is now. And now it's my couch project, it's my car project, it's my, when I don't need to focus too much project. And it's progressing nicely. And still, I think within a reasonably short time, I'll probably be done with it. But I'm not really in a rush, and I need to get it blocked. But then we are back into, I might have more time blocking at a bit later stage. I have another project I need to get blocked, which is the Varry shawl that I finished this summer. And it could be that I just cave in and block it all together this autumn, and I'll show you in a Yarn Talk video once they're all blocked. I actually should put photos on Instagram and so on as well. There are many things I need to do. Will happen eventually. Will happen eventually. The next project I'm working on is the Thoughts of Ireland sweater, and I'm working that in a drops yarn. So it's a drops pattern, free drops pattern. Airkor Shawl, by the way, is patterned by K.A.M.E Crochet. She's a lovely Hungarian designer. You can get her patterns on Hobby, especially if you have Hobby Plus. I downloaded this one with my Hobby Plus subscription, but you can also get them on Ravelry, I know. Again, linked to the pattern on Hobby Plus or on Hobby down below. And if you don't have Hobby Plus, you can also pay for it. And I do believe it's a reasonably priced pattern, like at €3. And it still looks more intimidating than it is, by the way. You only need to know 4 stitches, which is chain, easy, single crochet, easy, double crochet, easy, and a triple crochet, which should be reasonably easy as well. So you'll be fine. Thoughts of Ireland is a drops pattern, and I'm making that in the DROPS Alpaca yarn. I started with 5 skeins of these. I have 4 whole skeins left and a bit. Super soft, 100% alpaca. And it's an all-time favorite, which I can definitely understand and imagine. It's a classified A for the yarn, which is like the thinnest yarn. So it's a lace weight or sport weight yarn. What do you want to, not sport weight, lace weight. It's a 1/2 weight yarn. They are 50 gram skeins, which is like 1.8 ounces to 167 meters, which is 183 yards, 100% alpaca. As you can see, it has this sort of heathered green, which is like this green with these sort of yellowish undertones or hayish undertones. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous green. It's named Olive, I believe. It's a colorway 7238. But I do believe they call it Olive at DROPS website. And with that, I am working, and I did progress here as well, because that is the project I worked on at the ferry, and a little bit at the house itself. So this is where we are, and as you can see, we are progressing, and it is sort of a circle formed, wider formed. So that is why you can see it seems a lot wider than deep. But yeah, we are having it here. And let's see if I can, works. And I need to do another, I need to calculate here. I need to do another 3 rows before I need to do something else in the pattern. So another 3 rows, and I'm not so sure this yarn will hold another 3 rows, so I'll probably need to switch yarn before then. And I am inclined to try the center pull on that. But on the other hand, the outside is easy. And this goes really nicely on a yarn winder, by the way. But I did take it off when I was traveling. Not yarn winder, yarn holder. But yeah, this is where we are. Still quite a bit to go. I definitely need it blocked, because I don't feel, you know, like you can see the pattern, but it's not as obvious as the photo which you see. It's a free pattern, description box down below, and you can get the pattern both in US terms and English crochet terms. I'm always talking US terms because it just seems easier for me. Sorry, Brits. I do apologize for that, but US terms just seems more logic to me. Yeah, so I still have a bit to go here, and that is my other big project that I'm working on, and other shawl. And then I have some shawls I want to start on. So once probably this shawl or another project is finished, and I have a bit more overview, so whichever project finishes next, that will be replaced by a new project. And I want to make the lost souls or some sort of skull pattern with a yarn that I got as a very good offer on the marketplace, on the Facebook marketplace, and I showed you that in a video last week when I went through those yarns from all of my marketplace yarns. Yeah, should be enough yarns, and it's all black, so that makes sense to kind of make it in that yarn. And I have the yarn laying, and for me it's also sometimes I really need to go through my stash, but I also admit I've been tempted as of late to get yarns, and I may have a few yarn hauls coming. It's impossible not to 100% stop buying yarn, at least right now. But yeah, that was my thoughts of Ireland. And except for that, the last project that I'm working on and have been working on these past 2 weeks, actually, I took the yarn with me and I started on this project in Denmark. And it's yarns that I also showed up in that video 2 weeks ago. It is exactly the medium cotton yarn I'm using for this project, which is a value cotton yarn from a Dutch store. It's a bit like the Dollar Tree store. They have a bunch of stuff for very low prices, and they also have a few yarns, but they don't have like a big selection, but they have a few yarns for like the crafty corner. And sometimes they have these yarns too, but this yarn I got from a person that was clearing their stash. I did not buy the yarn for getting this, that's for sure. This was just a side gain, so to say. I still have it, and it's not the softest cotton, so it's not the softest cotton at all. So I'm like, okay, what should I make with it? And I realized actually it could be a good idea. So in the beginning I thought I should make a dishcloth or something like that, kind of a kitchen towel maybe. And then I realized it might be a bit thick. And due to that, I decided on making a bag. And the summer bag is the bag that I ended up choosing. It is a free pattern on Hobby. It is a different yarn that they are using on Hobby. Thickness wise, crochet hook wise, etc. They come over pretty similar. So I decided it should be possible to make it in this 100% cotton yarn. And cotton generally stretches less. It's usually pretty dense. And since it's a little bit, as I said, not the softest cotton, it's not like it's rough, but it's just not something I would use against my skin. And due to that, it makes good sense, right, to use it for a garden, or not a garden bag, for a summer bag. So that's basically what I've done. And it is a hecton of half double crochets, because that is what I've done until now. I've made the whole bottom here, la la, and I started making the sides up. So basically you make the whole bottom, and then you do another 5 rows of half double crochets around, and that is what's making the part of the sides. Where I am right now in this project is I need to start making the pattern on the sides, and that are crossed double crochets, which I'm curious about, to be honest. I haven't really made them before, so for me that's going to be a new stitch. And I need to sit down and understand those, and then I need to start making those. This is the last bit I have left of the first skein, and the first skein was basically, it seemed that the seller who sold their stash to me, and I got like, for all of the yarns I paid less than €1 per skein. So I had a really good deal, and that was including shipping. So of course I had to grab it as quick as I could. But this is what I have left. And that owner seemed to have done something with this and just bound it up as a ball, because the rest of the skeins, I have 6 in total, are like these. They're 100 gram skeins, and for those 100 grams, that's 3.5 ounces. You get 150 meters of yarn, which is like 165 yards. So it is like a DK weight-ish, maybe towards a bit thicker. They recommend 4 to 5 millimeter crochet hooks. I'm using a 5 millimeter for this project, and these are, as mentioned earlier, half double crochets with a 5 millimeter hook. I think it works out pretty okay. So looking forward to make this. It's a single strap bag, and it's a bit of a sort of market bag plus summer bag. It could be used for a bit of everything. I have a feeling I'm not going to need all 6 of these. I might be able to actually make 2 bags out of this yarn, and who knows, maybe I actually end up doing that. That is yet to be decided, but I am definitely looking forward to finishing up these, and given the fact that these were like less than €1 per skein, I'm soon having a crocheted bag for at best maybe €3. That's a good deal, I think. Yeah, that was a lot to talk about and a lot to take in, right? As I said, many things have happened since last. I'm of course linking to all the patterns where I do have patterns here in the description box down below, as mentioned a few earlier times in this video. Maybe, who knows, I've inspired you to do something of all of these. That's pretty much it. On Monday, I will be here with a new Sort My Stash 2024 video. It is going to be the last Sort My Stash 2024 video, and it's going to showcase all of my American yarns that I currently have in my stash. Gorgeous yarns. They are treasures and precious to me. See that be you. It's not that long. And Wednesday, if everything's going all right, I'll be back with a new video on, well, not video, a new live, morning live, Wednesday live. It was really nice hanging out with you last Wednesday morning. I hope more or those that will come and hang out with me who's able. That would be wonderful. I get it's not the best time if you are in the US, but time zone differences. And I promise you, if I don't get a job straight away, I will do some more lives for the EU afternoon. So that will be the US mornings for those that's interested. Yeah, Friday I'll be back with a new Yarn Talk video, and we'll catch up with everything that happened for the following next week. That's pretty much it. So until then, I'm going to say take care and happy crafting. Until I see you again. Bye.